Let's go. Hey, hola mi gente. It's your man, the Afro-Rican, Orlando Crespo. Guess what? Giving you the rice and beans. Know what I mean? What up, Slime?
Hey. Y'all know what it is. Your boy Collie Pod Sean. Here with a little paint. Where it ain't. A little seasoning. With some reasoning, man. I don't even know what to call my friend. She got so many titles and so many hats she wear. Just tell the people who you is.
I'm Derricka, better known as DJ Know That 305 representative checking in, born and raised in the county of Dade. Know that?
Okay.
MIA. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Oh, you got something to say this week.
He had a vacation.
Y'all know who it
Y'all
is.
know the voice.
Y'all know
We know the voice.
We know the voice.
We know the voice. Everybody know the voice.
What's happening, y'all? We've been gone for a week. We took off for the holiday.
I know.
We took off for the holiday.
Ugh.
How was yours?
Oh, brother, I am so done with Thanksgiving dinner. I'm stuffed.
Really?
I don't want nothing else. Not even that burnt piece of dressing or stuffing in the corner of that aluminum pot or whatever. I'm done with that.
You don't want none of that ham? I still get on that ham, brother. I like that ham.
Speaking of ham, I paid $70 at Honey Baked Ham.
You bought the what you
Yeah,
bought?
it was a quarter ham. And it was delicious. Yeah, I couldn't take it no more. I don't eat really pork that much or whatever like that. But I couldn't help myself. The line was short, for one thing.
Yeah.
That's why I went over there. And I waited in line maybe 15 minutes.
I remember you told me you went and picked it up.
Oh, delicious. And let me ask you one question before we get to it. Do we call that thing dressing or stuffing? What's it called?
I call it dressing. I think white folk call it stuffing.
Hold up, brother.
I'm just, hey.
Hold on.
How you gonna ask a man a question and don't like his answer?
I don't like it because I call it stuff
Well, you a white man.
because it's fire.
Look, I fight for you a lot, bruh, but don't call it stuffing no more.
I think
Don't
it's
do that.
stuffing when it's inside the
Thank
turkey.
you.
I think
Oh,
when
is
it's
that
stuffed
what
with
it is? Oh,
turkey.
damn, I
yeah.
never heard of that.
So the dressing is when it's outside, just in the pan, but when it's
Right.
because I was in the restaurant industry for a very long time.
Okay.
So like stuffing, that's where the name comes from. Like they stuff it in the turkey, and you get the flavor of it. So it's not necessarily white, but we just don't do
She
that.
just got y'all
So
together.
I was going to ask you, what do you call it?
She just got y'all together.
She
I
did.
call it depends on both.
So if it's out of the pan, what you call it?
It's dressing.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't never call it dressing, is what you're saying. It's always stuffing.
Always pass me that stuff.
So you stuff
With
it
the
in
gravy.
the pan or in the turkey.
Outside, inside, it's
Okay,
stuffing.
Cool. All right.
It's all good to me.
Wow.
Okay.
It's all
Okay.
good.
All right.
Well, anyway, let's move along. we
Boy, you
we're gonna
crazy.
talk to Derek.
Happy holidays, y'all.
Happy
Appreciate that.
holidays. First off, we got some products right up
We
here.
got a lot going on.
Man,
up
she
here
came
today.
and dropped it off on us real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, but before we even get to that, Derricka, tell us a little bit about. First off, we appreciate you coming in. First and
I
foremost.
appreciate y'all
Thank
having
you.
me.
Yes, yes, thank you.
and
I want to make sure I get on early, so these will be one of the classic shows when y'all like really get there. I could be on one of the classic shows. Like nigga, I was
your
on
shit.
that. I was
like
on that
that.
way before.
I like that.
Way
Talk your
before
shit.
all the rest of them.
I like,
Yeah.
Your shit.
I like that.
I'm with
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So yeah, tell the people where you from and all that, and how you got to where you at and where you going.
I'm from Miami, Florida originally. I've been in Atlanta long enough that I probably don't know how long I've been here to be real. I would have to literally sit down and look at a calendar and count back. So technically I'm a peach, but when you from Miami, it's kind of hard to not be from Miami no more. So I'm from Miami, Florida. I moved up here when I was super young. Outside of that, I worked in the restaurant industry. I coach high school basketball. I've been DJing for about 9 years. I do productions in the city. I throw an annual Tupac event. I throw an annual Nipsey Hussle event since he passed. Rest in peace, Nip.
Okay.
I just do things. I'm a creator, and I like to create. And I'm also a conduit. So I like to find people and find things and bring them together.
Slow down.
Absolutely.
Back up. You heard it too?
Conduit.
That's what she said?
Conduit.
Write that down.
Okay.
Conduit.
Word of the week,
Yeah,
conduit.
conduit.
I got you.
We got that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's basically like a bridge, you know. I like to be the bridge between people and things things that they think are more unattainable, I like to put them at their fingertips because we was kind of taught how to be limited in thinking. We was taught how to think, not what to think. We was taught what to think, not how to think. Mm-hmm. And because we was taught what to think and not how to think, it makes it easier for us to be cattle. So it makes it easier for us to go down this one thinking, this one mindset, and we'll be so tunnel vision that we don't realize how much access we have right on the other side of our tunnel. So I just try to make things seem more simpler for people, more attainable.
That's beautiful. That's gonna do it. Just open it up for everybody. And
I'm gonna use
you
that.
got the knowledge, you got to pass it on, right?
Yeah. You gonna die with it. It's like I tell my girls in basketball, I'd rather you foul out than lead the game with fouls and we lose. Cause that tells me that you weren't playing defense hard enough. Because if you were, when you playing defense hard enough, you fouling. Like it's all about whether the ref gonna call a foul or not, or how aggressive you get with the foul. But when you playing great defense, it's gonna be at a point in that game where you gonna foul. So if you lead the game with fouls and we lose, you didn't play hard enough.
Wow.
So if I lead the game, lead life with all this knowledge, and I don't give it up, then to me I ain't play hard enough.
Play hard enough. I like that. I like that. Did you play ball?
Yeah.
Okay. How long did you play ball?
Like I started ball saved my life because I'm from Miami. So I was used to ninth and 10th grade. I skipped school and smoked and did all kind of ridiculousness and went to school drinking with drinks in my thermos and got expelled for being in the gang and all kind of stuff.
Right.
Then when 11th grade came around, I realized that I was like, okay, if I don't decide something right now, because that's the crossroad, I'm going to have to graduate next year or the year after that with some other people that I really don't know. Or then I had pride, because I'm not dumb.
Right.
This was boring to me. I mean, so I'm like, I need to do something. So basketball motivated me because with basketball, you got to have a certain grade point average.
Right.
So I got into basketball, so it forced me to maintain a certain grade point average and ultimately graduate from high school on time.
Okay.
But literally, if I would have stayed that path, I definitely would have been a couple years behind.
Yeah, you was on some old lean on me type stuff.
For sure. You want to jump, don't you? You like crack?
You like crack now, boy.
Classic.
And then that just kind of led you over into coaching, right?
Yeah, and it's my secret weapon with my girls because they think they done it all. They think they doing something I ain't never seen. They think when they tell me something and look me in my face, I can't tell that they lying to me. They think I don't know what red eyes look like. Right.
Yeah.
So it's
You've
like
done
what
it.
I tell them is you got to understand, like, anytime you in the world, it's how you present yourself. So
Absolutely.
if I walk in here with red eyes, you automatically gonna have a idea of what I did on the other side of the door. Whether you right or wrong, I could have a cold.
Right.
But if I know that's what I'm doing and that's why my eyes are red, then for me, I need to set myself up for success. And you gonna put yourself in a bad situation walking in the gym with me looking like it with red eyes.
Right.
So I just try to teach them that perception is reality, no matter whether it's real or not. How people perceive you is how they gonna handle you.
That's
so,
right.
Word. I just wanted to say that. Yeah.
I thought you was going to ask.
No, I ain't got nothing.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Well, go ahead. So, how long were you coaching?
I've been coaching for 18 years.
18 years. God damn. And on what level were you coaching? High school, college? What
I
level?
started in middle school.
Okay.
I was coaching middle school, and then they named me 5 rings in middle school because I won 5 straight titles.
Hold up.
So
5. If that went over your head, you said 5?
Another one.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Another one.
She said 5. Oh, 3 more.
Another
Oh,
one.
damn.
Another one.
5 state championships, ladies and gentlemen.
But that was the middle school program.
That was middle school.
That
Sure.
was before I got to the high school. So we won 5 down there.
Okay.
My record in middle school was like 140-6. I was 67-0 for the first 2 seasons, and then they moved me up to the high school. When those girls got in high school, the varsity, which was my coach from high school, said, I want you to come coach with me. Shout out Phyllis Arthur McKeitron High School legend. She said she wanted me to come coach for her, and she was like, you should come up here and coach with me because you have the understanding, you have the relationship with the girls. So I did it. We ended up 33-0 their senior year, and that started our train to state championships.
Wow. Congratulations on that.
Now, McKeecher, is that like public or private school or?
It's probably one of the only public schools.
Is it okay.
Yeah, but it's privately funded.
Oh,
Because they
Gotcha.
have their own finances through their original owner, John McEachern. So he left a big endowment fund for the school.
so they got nice facilities, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
They got a pool team and chess club.
Golf.
I'm sure about chess. I
Golf.
don't- yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have that on the south side. You know, you got
Where you
football.
go to Banneker?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got football,
Boom,
basketball.
boom, boom, It's all good.
North Clayton?
North
Really?
Clayton. College Paw.
Oh,
Don't get it
here you
twisted.
go with this 2 Chainz reference. Okay, yeah.
It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Yeah, but you got you ain't bring none of them rings. I like to see.
Yeah, I brought a
so-
couple. I got one on right here. This is from the 3-peat. So they made it go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The first one actually, it mysteriously got lost in a move.
What is
This one right here is
that? Look like a Super Bowl ring.
Right, right.
Wow.
Gee.
yeah. This one right here is
Can we
2.
touch it?
Yeah,
We
pass
can
that
touch
touch
around.
it.
Can we
Pass
touch
that
it?
around.
That right there is 2. I
These
think
serious
this is
credentials
4.
over here.
That's 4, and this is 5.
Bezeled out.
Oh, this thing got a little
Yeah.
A little weight to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. McKeecher.
Oh my god! And you said one of them mysteriously just walked
Yeah,
up.
it's
walked
up out of here. I'm
there.
trying to decide if I want to spend the 400 to replace it, but
Yeah.
I don't get it.
These is nice.
yeah, I got to.
I don't get it.
State.
Oh yeah, these is nice.
Yeah,
Don't let them
Very
go too
nice.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it go.
far. Don't let them go too far. Oh yeah, you can put these on every finger and just punch somebody in the face and it's lights out.
Man,
Bye bye.
I don't like fighting.
I can imagine like the camaraderie and the lifetime bond those girls
It's
have
amazing.
to this day
Yeah, it's amazing. And
about that.
I actually have a player that's in the WNBA now.
Really?
Shout out Taya Cooper playing for the Sparks.
Okay.
Okay.
I got girls around the world, and it's just an awesome opportunity to just say, kind of like what I was saying about here. Like once you see them go to the next level, it's also an opportunity to know that you was a
Very nice.
part of that road, that journey. So
That's what's up. That's what's up. So how you find time to be a DJ, a coach, entrepreneur, all of them? Where you find you like a little Tupac, like you just
I'm telling you.
put everything in your day.
Cause I don't watch TV or I don't listen to the radio. So it's like most of the time I spend time on something. Like shout out David Shands with Sleepers for Suckers. He has a morning wake up call that I do in the mornings. It's every day at 8:00, and even if I'm somewhere doing something else, I have it on in my ear. And it's just entrepreneurs on there motivating each other. They have their task lists and they're talking about what they have coming up for the day and what their plan of execution, or if they have a place where they need somebody to help them and step in, they communicate that. So it's just being focused on other things. You'll be surprised how much things you can get done. We spend a lot of idle time.
Yeah, you're right. And you know, if sleepers for suckers, I'm one of the biggest suckers because I love me some naps. I like to take naps.
Brother, who you telling?
I got to have them naps.
No, that's right.
But and then you said you don't listen to the radio. So how did you end up getting into DJing?
I love music, but if we can all agree, the radio don't necessarily play great music right now.
Yeah.
Oh, we can definitely
Preach.
agree to that.
Preach.
Okay. So I still know music, and I still know how to crate dive on the internet. So you'll find yourself going down all kind of holes once you get on the web, on the internet, and YouTube, Spotify. You can get on any platform and hit sounds like whatever, and it'll take you somewhere. So it's just really about. I didn't say I don't listen to music. I just said I don't listen to
To the radio.
Yeah, the radio.
The radio. I got you on that. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that one. So what pushed you in that direction though, to really just say, okay, let me get some turntables and get to it and get out here in the club scene and just make it happen?
I was managing 2 kids that were like my son and nephew. And,
Just managing. Add that to the title of our thing.
Yeah, I was managing.
Running out of space.
Yeah, we're gonna need a
I was managing them, and I realized that the separation between them getting things that they needed to get done was a studio, like a physical studio.
Okay.
Like we would be in contests for studio time, or do this for studio time, or studio time costs this. So I built the studio. Me and one of my nephews, like from the ground up, like fish tank in the wall, everything. Built the studio.
Okay.
And
Wow.
we
Nice.
had a place for them to perform, had a place for them to practice performances and to record. And somebody broke in there and took everything.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, like everything.
I know that was
And
devastating.
the sad part about it was in my backyard, so they came through my yard.
Violated.
It was like a air, whatever them things are called, a kind of like a the things that hook on the back of a trailer, like an air. It was an old trailer,
Wow.
kind of.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I basically rehabbed the old trailer and gutted it out and turned it into a studio. And they walked in my backyard, took everything out and dipped. I was depressed for about 3 months. My homegirl came along and was like, "Look, I can't let you walk away from music.
You didn't want to do it
DJ.
anymore.
Yeah, I was done. I DJ and I'm thinking about getting back into DJing. You should come over and use it as therapy."
Right.
So from
I
there,
bet.
like from the first gig, we got a second gig, and then probably 2 gigs in, she got into an emotional space, and she decided to not do it. But we had a couple gigs, so I had to go buy all this equipment and honor those gigs.
Sure.
And from those gigs, I got more gigs.
So you was almost forced into DJ.
You know what? You know what? I read a little bit about your bio, and I love the interview in the Voyage Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, and your debut at Cat's Cafe. If you guys are familiar with it, check it out down there in Midtown. Very nice establishment. How were you like nervous your first appearance up there?
I'm an athlete, and at that time I was coaching basketball still, and I think maybe at that time I had won a state championship. So I'm saying all that to say, like I performed well and under the lights. It was nerves. Yeah, you have nerves, 'cause
Sure.
of performance nerves, but it wasn't paralyzing nerves, because
Gotcha.
that happens. So no, I didn't get nervous in that way, but I did feel like, okay, I got to do this, and then from there, like I said, I got my next gig. So
And one more question: do you like really thrive off a 700 capacity venue, or could it be a smaller venue? Who gives you the most energy? Like a small crowd, big crowd?
I thrive off of impact, right? So I do want the room to be full.
Gotcha.
So if we had a show in
Sure.
here, let's fill this room. I care more about that. I care more about that level of intimacy too. But I do appreciate large crowds, because that makes my ego feel good and my pocket feel good.
Absolutely.
But it's
I know that's right. I know that's right.
It felt
Yeah.
good. It felt good when we were in Memphis and we had to turn away 200 people. It felt good in
Really?
Charlotte when we had to turn away 200 people. That felt good.
Yeah.
Ego, from an ego place.
Sure.
But to me, the show wasn't great. To me. So when I walked out of there, everybody, "Oh, this is amazing." I'm like, "Yeah,
it was
thank you for
alright.
coming," because I
Yeah.
have a certain expectation, you know.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
you know, I'm all about impact.
That's it.
That's great.
That's what's up. And I also I read that you've actually performed around the world.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of energy do you get, like from Germany and Joburg and Amsterdam? What kind of energy do you get from that crowd?
Well, it's kind of like the same. To me, I feel like it's the same thing. Like when you see a Caucasian person dancing, right? You'd be like, "Hell yeah!"
Okay,
Hell
okay,
yeah.
he killing it, or she's
Like
killing
no
it.
matter what.
Yeah,
So it's like the standard. Just because you got on a plane and got over there,
that's right.
whatever
gonna
you
love you.
play,
They love you.
you're amazing. So I'm not saying, I don't know how to toot my own horn, but I just think it was great energy because I was American and I wasn't in America, to be honest. But I did okay. It was early in my career actually. So now if I go, I will actually kill something. Yeah.
Okay. So are you still actively?
Yeah.
doing
I did a virtual party last night.
I've witnessed.
Yeah, I've seen the parties, because I remember when we were I was first hitting you up and you was out in Phoenix, and I was, I checked out one of the sets you did out there. So yeah, she get down on it.
Yeah.
She get down on it.
Yeah, the virtual party was funny. It was an award show. And it was all upper middle age women. I don't want to be disrespectful to a particular age, but they was like right above what middle age is.
I like cougars.
I was going to say,
it's all
that's
good.
my age range. I should have been there at that.
Oh yeah.
Should have been in one of the windows.
Yeah, I should have
I like
been one
them
of the windows. I would have just been sitting there the whole time like.
That's my flavor right there.
Yeah, so during the award show, all of the cameras were off. But when I started DJing, they, probably for the first 10, 20 minutes, their cameras were still off, but I'm like 5. But I hit like Frankie Beverly Maze or something. I don't know what I played.
Yeah.
And it's just like.
Start lighting up.
I'm talking about they got started getting up, dancing.
He bring them out though.
Yes,
He
sir.
bring them out
Yeah,
though.
Yes, sir.
It was a good time.
Oh,
What
man.
up, brother?
Nothing, I'm just enjoying the interview.
I mean,
man.
just like I enjoyed that Spotify playlist.
Oh,
What?
Hey.
Y'all better, I'm telling you. Tell the folks where they can find you on this Spotify though.
it's DJ Know That, DJ KNODAT on everything actually. But yeah, the Spotify playlist. I don't know if y'all familiar with Dr. Key Hallman. She has a production called The Village Marketplace.
Yeah.
Where she does it twice a year, and it's a bunch of black vendors.
At Pond City, right?
Yeah, well, her store is now at Pond City.
Right, gotcha.
So she's evolved of that marketplace, which is used to be a pop-up shop, to actual store space. So inside the space, she has over 100 different black vendors, and entrepreneurs, business owners who have their product in this store. So it's just a store full of black entrepreneurs, black product.
Okay. Say that again. Where was it at again?
It's in Pond City Market. It's called the Village Market.
Okay. Yeah, y'all look that up. Go check that out. I'm gonna make a little move down.
Yeah, so when she had her opening, she called me about putting together a playlist. So I put one together for her, and it just sparked the idea of possibly, having other DJs around the city put together playlists for the set, because it's kind of parallel to what she has going on. So just like she would have a multitude of black businesses in there, she would also have a multitude of the black DJs in the city and their playlists playing in the store. So that's the idea I have for that set. So that's how that playlist was born. She hit me on a Wednesday. She was like, "Can you have it by Friday morning?" And yeah, I got it done, got the graphics done and all that.
Awesome.
That's what's up.
I heard something about the Apache poetry versus hip hop.
What about it?
Just tell us a little bit about that. I never got to see it,
Okay.
but I hear great things about it.
Yeah, Poetry versus Hip Hop was born with my partner Queen Sheba and I. It was born from them needing a night at the show at Apache Cafe to fill. They needed to fill a calendar, and she thought, okay, well, let's do a Poetry versus Hip Hop event. And from that first event, it sold out. And then we sat down and said, you know what, we need to take this on the road. And we took it on the road, and we've been to every major city in the country. We sell out 99% of the time. We had a horrible showing in New Orleans because we tried to be arrogant and throw it on a Wednesday with 2 weeks notice. But it humbled us. And,
Sure,
it humbled
absolutely.
us.
How many people showed up? About 17.
Don't worry about that. Now you asking too many questions.
Wait, shut up.
Don't worry about that. It was enough for me to know not to do that no more. It was a lesson.
A learning lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might have said, hold up, them cats from Atlanta coming to New Orleans, trying to put something on. You know the rivalry in that.
It's so real, right?
It's like, shit, I don't know, dog. I'm just saying.
What sparked that idea though? Because that's when I first heard it. I was like, "What is this?"
Poetry versus Hip Hop, 5 poets, 5 MCs on the stage. They represent, I don't know if you heard of a poetry slam before, but it's a round for round battle between poets. And I'm sure you heard of like a battlegrounds, that kind of thing before. So it's kind of taking those two ideas, and it's always an age-old question: who's harder? Like, who has the best lyrics? Are poets better than rappers? So it's just really a play on that. But at the end of the day, the resounding message is that it's all one and the same. You know, we all one and the same. So
poets versus MCs.
yeah, but poets always win.
Do they?
I would think so though.
Yeah.
I would think so in that. I think a poet is somebody that's a little more absorbed in what they're doing versus MC. Certain MCs, you know, the greatest MC of all time, he's always absorbed. You know what I'm saying? But that's Rakim Allah. If you didn't know who I was talking about, but
That's the greatest MC in the world
of all time. Yeah,
of all time,
all time.
dead or alive.
It don't matter. Dead or alive, about to be born. Don't matter. All
For
time.
sure. All right, that's what's up.
But
When you came up with that though?
probably 86.
You don't never evolve your thinking. You just stay right where you are.
I mean, the way I look at it like this, he was dipped probably in the fountain of youth because his lyrics still banging today. Nobody touching them.
Oh, okay.
You got somebody else on your list that you want to express? Because we can have this conversation. We can go. We can go DJ versus hip hop head.
Hip hop head. Okay.
So what we doing?
Nah, we good.
Okay. All right.
I'm good on that one.
But
Cause that's like arguing with a child. You know how you
what we
argue with a
doing?
child?
If you
and
ain't gonna
know
say
it's-
nobody, don't say nothing. That's what I'm gonna say to you.
All right, cool.
You know what I'm
over
saying?
here.
We can
I'm
do
over
it the
here.
hard way.
You know what I'm saying? But no,
You mastered that shit.
I just think a poet is just more just in depth than an MC. You know what I'm saying? Just they get a little more.
And I'm sure they can
Just
respect
a
your
little,
opinion.
yeah. Just I mean, a poet, man. That like think about Kanye. I hate to say it like that, but like think about Kanye. He's a poet. He just got the skill to put it on a beat.
Yeah, he started as a poet. Actually,
Yeah,
people
but he-
don't know
and
him. David Banner.
Yeah,
They started as poets.
Yes.
That's how deep
Yeah, I
they.
know.
But if you listen to what they saying, man, that's why some people be like, "Oh, they crazy." No, they ain't crazy. They just a little more.
I think because
Deep with
MCs
it.
rely on the beat. They rely
Well,
on the beat.
some do. Some use
Rakim
beat.
don't?
Nah, absolutely not.
That's
You can
what's
put that on acapella.
Really?
Okay.
Some
I wanna
use
hear
beats
that.
for help.
Yeah, try that. I'm
We
gonna do
help
that
the
when I go
beats.
home.
You spit too?
No, I'm saying I'm
No,
gonna
it's,
try. I'm gonna check him
acapella.
out. I'm gonna listen to all his acapellas.
He
Tonight.
probably ain't got many,
Okay.
but there ain't too many lists where he ain't gonna be mentioned in the first two, unless if
Oh,
somebody.
so you agreeing that he could be too?
I can say he 1A, KRS One to be number 2.
All right.
Somebody else you got in there? You know somebody?
Nah, I don't know nobody.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good on that one. Cause the thing about hip hop, best hip hop MC arguments,
Uh-huh.
they can just go like because what best at what? Like what are we saying?
Really, it comes down to demographics and
Yeah.
time period.
Yes, it's like best at what? Best in the South, best in the North, best at this, best at freestyling,
Of
best
all
at
time, wherever you want to put him. That's why I'm putting him.
Who you feeling, babe?
in life, or who I feel like I should be
Overall,
mentioned.
what's in your playlist right now?
I like Sir a lot. Sir is
That's R&B, ain't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
We he just asked me what's in my playlist.
I thought we
you
was
know?
talking about hip hop.
Okay, so who in my playlist from a hip hop standpoint? Big Crit. I like Big Crit a
Okay.
lot. And I feel like Big Crit is a solid, like all around. Since we talk about the all around thing, because he's a producer, he's a rapper. You know,
So was Rakim.
that's what's up. But we was asking me who was.
I'm
on
just
my
saying you
list.
said that to say something, but I'm just letting you know.
Let her get that off.
I'm
Let her
letting
get
you
that off.
I'm gonna let you know your history before you get to your future and your present.
All right, cool.
Go ahead.
All
Go
right.
ahead though.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
All right. I really will never take Kanye out of my playlist. I would never take him out of my playlist, no matter how crazy he presents. As far as his current music, I haven't really been a fan of that.
Talented.
But the good Kanye stuff is always gonna be in my rotation.
Yeah, it's timeless.
Yeah. So
Timeless.
of course the Kendricks, the J. Cole's. I'm a thinker, so I like to listen to thinkers. It's kind of why I don't listen to the radio, because I like to listen to thinkers. So it go Lil Brother. It's plenty people that I listen to on the daily, and those will probably be the main ones.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, okay. Anyway.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
y'all.
well, I almost had a little something right there. Anyway, let's talk about your product right here, though.
Yeah, so this is Earth Candy, elderberry syrup. I started doing this because I had a friend who came to me. Her wife was
Swing it around.
swing it around. Her wife was sick with something. She didn't know what it was.
Oh,
Hold on, 1 second, sir. I see you aggressive. Excuse me. Sorry. No, you from the D.
The weak shall perish.
For sure. I thought they should inherit the earth.
Nobody likes sitting there. Go ahead, babe.
No, but elderberry syrup. She was sick. I made her a syrup. with elderberry, soursop leaves, ginger.
Okay.
And I gave it to her, and she was like, I don't know what you put in there, but you need to sell that. Like, that was what she said. So then I
Really?
started doing more research. Coronavirus hit. I needed to feel like I could help protect my community and my people, my friends, my family, and all of that. And I came up with this syrup. And I researched all of the ingredients in there as to what they're good for, how they can help you, what it feels like, what the side effects are, how often you should take it, why you should take it, and who should take it. And in my research, I found out my grandmother was a herbalist. My great-great-grandmother was a herbalist. So I'm just, I guess, living out my my family legacy, just trying to help keep my community safe and healthy.
It's in your blood, huh?
Absolutely.
And this is her product.
Yeah, that's.
Understand that. It's her product.
Yeah, I did a little research on the elderberry, and it definitely was talking about it's one of those super, power roots or fruit, or I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a berry.
So this
berry.
time of season, it's great to take.
Yeah, it says
Boosting
good
your
for,
immune system.
Your immune system.
Well, it's
you
good all
get-
the time because,
Feel
immune
like-
system is what keep you living.
Yeah,
so it's
sure,
not-
If you
absolutely.
start something with this level, you don't stop.
yeah, you
For
got to
the season.
keep it going.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, how long you been doing that?
Since January, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How's it doing for you so far?
It's going really well. As y'all will see, the first thing that people always comment on is the taste. They assume because it does have a lot of herbs that you possibly gonna have a bad taste, or it's possibly gonna have an aftertaste. But I have agave syrup as the syrup base.
Okay.
A lot of people do honey. Only way honey is good for you or beneficial to you is if it's local, because
Right, I've heard that
because
before.
because the bees, they pollinating the trees that are causing you the allergy problems.
Right.
So other than that, it's just kind of like honey.
A sweetening.
Yeah, but agave is good because it's low glycemic level. You don't have to worry about it dealing with you if you have diabetes or you can't have too much sugar in your life. So I'm alkaline vegan, so I had to do a product that I can actually take myself.
Oh, alkaline. I don't know, cause I eat meat. I eat all kind of meat, pork,
Right.
beef. I eat it all.
Right.
Women.
Oh,
I eat
damn.
all-
Hold on.
Don't we all?
Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
All right.
But you say alkaline vegan. Break that down for me a little bit.
I say one thing it bring us all together. Dr. Sebi.
Okay.
Seven, yeah.
So the Dr. Sebi, it's a lifestyle. His way of life is alkaline vegan.
Okay.
So it's basically anything that's original food. Anything that's hybrid is acidic. Anytime you have too much acid in your body, it causes mucus. Mucus is what causes illness.
Right.
So, so alkaline vegans, you omit as much acid as possible, and you only intake alkaline food, so your body can balance out and try to balance your body out.
Now, is that an expensive lifestyle?
No, no.
It's not
I think
expensive?
no, it's not.
Would you say it you have to do more work in order
Yes,
to have that lifestyle? It's harder to.
I have to make bread
That's
in
right.
order to eat bread.
That's right.
So yeah, it's horrible.
You said it's horrible.
Now, speaking of elderberry, how often do you have to take it?
Depends. If you just taking it for preventative, you take it once a day.
Right.
If you have on the onset of something, or you actually sick, you
Like
take it twice a day.
supplement type deal. Got you.
Yeah.
Now, like, say if I were to make my doctor's appointment, and they ask you, are you on any medication, currently taking any medication, and I mention that, they could kind of.
There are herbs in there. And elderberry is a berry. So I deal with doctors in that way, and I have those conversations with them, and most of the time they're like, okay, it's cool, you're taking herbs, but a lot of them don't even know what the herbs are, to be honest.
Oh, really?
When I tell them what they are, they're just like, oh, you take what?
Right.
Okay.
I didn't know if
That's
they
it.
were familiar with it or what.
Most of the time they're not, to be
Nah,
very
that's
honest.
not their thing.
Yeah.
It ain't my thing.
I
I'ma
see.
get
Y'all
up
don't
on
even
it.
So if
sound
you
like,
take like a holistic approach, then they could relate to this.
If who does?
Like if you take a holistic approach to making yourself healthier, they could relate to elderberry.
Yeah, I mean, but the doctors and the pharmaceutical companies have
Yeah,
a
I'm about to say
relationship.
they not gonna subscribe to that.
They have a relationship, so they definitely look down at me when I talk to them about
Really?
my
Oh,
my
dude, really?
lifestyle.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
They not going for that.
Nah, it's all about capitalism.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, if they ain't making
Money in the medicine.
nah, we ain't doing. We gonna make sure you stay sick long
Mm-hmm.
enough to stay on this medicine and go get them pills from that doctor that subscribed you something you really didn't need. Well, like you say, you can go find you a natural or holistic doctor and they give you some roots or some ginger or something, and it's gonna do better than what they were subscribing you.
Got you.
You know, so.
Mm-hmm.
But it's work. Like I said, it's work. And a lot of people don't like to do the work that it takes to do the research and you know. And sometimes a little bit more expensive, to be honest.
I got you.
Not over the long haul, though.
Right.
Because it takes care of you. The point of summer medicine is to keep you sick so
Sure.
you can keep coming back. But this kind of stuff usually knocks that stuff out. They clean you out.
Mm-hmm.
And you ain't got to worry about it as much. So,
Well, let's talk about medicine. What about this vaccine they pushing?
oh,
All of a sudden. Oh,
hell no!
in Europe, it's all the way live right now.
Oh, no.
And what if your employer says, hey, I need you to get vaccinated?
They telling the medical field they got to do it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the medical field.
Our first responders,
Yeah.
That's not us.
medical
I know,
personnel.
but I'm just saying, what if you're in the medical field and you was like, I don't
And that
know,
shit
like,
start
you
rolling
just lose
downhill.
your job?
Got a decision
Essential
to make.
workers, you know what I mean? They pushing it quick.
We ain't none of that.
They looking for the FDA to approve this like ASAP.
Because there's money involved in it.
I know. I don't want to be involved in the first round.
I don't want to be involved in now round.
I could dig it.
Now round. I don't want that right
Talking about the medicine though. And then they talking about eliminating government benefits if you don't get vaccinated.
Yeah,
Really?
but all that speculation, man. They talking about $1,500 if you do take it. You know what I'm saying?
Would you do it for 15?
No, it ain't no. I'm not. First of all, I'm not money driven like that, so I'm not gonna put nothing in my body versed on a dollar bill.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
What about some bacon? If I give you some bacon,
Nah, you know I ain't.
He
eating
said
that.
bacon. What about bacon?
You know I ain't eating that. But it's gonna come a point in time where you're gonna have to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? In the business we work in,
Right.
you know, other places saying that, you know, you can't even board an aircraft
Mm.
without it, without at least giving the COVID test.
Think that was Qantas that just approved that too.
That's another one then, because Emirates, whatever how you
Right.
said. They was-
Emirates.
yeah,
Emirates.
yeah, they was first.
Emirates. Yes.
So it come down to what you might have to do to be here. Period. You know what I'm saying? What about my thing is what about the people who, you know, it's their religion, they don't take shots at all.
right?
You know what I'm saying? You get kids immunization shots and all that. Like what happens to them people?
That's a good
Like
question.
these are questions that, you know, Biden, Harris, Trump, whoever, they need answers.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, we did our part. We put you in office.
Yep.
We
Got
did
you.
our part.
Yeah.
Now it's time for everybody else to do what they need to do.
Definitely got your work cut out for you.
Because I mean, you trying to force something on people that you don't even know nothing about. Cancer still cracking hard. HIV still cracking hard.
Mm-hmm.
10 months. Oh, we got this one though.
Right.
Why? Because it affected the money.
Literally.
Because it wasn't about the people.
Nah,
It affected
was
the money.
Right.
You know, they talking about another shutdown, and you know, people saying no against it because of small business owners. I hate to say it like this. Big business always gonna make sure they covered. That's just how this world is set up. So with that being said, I hope it don't come down to that, because small business is what I appreciate. I don't appreciate Walmart. I don't appreciate
that's
Target,
what drives
'cause it's
this
a bit-
country.
I'm talking right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate none of that, but I do appreciate the person that sacrificed their life for this one store.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I need that store to still be here, because it's not fair for every major corporation to have everything. We can't do nothing with that. That don't help. They don't help the community in the way we need them to help the community. But what I'm gonna tell my kid: don't worry about trying to do your own. Go work for some motherfucker who don't give a damn about you. Period. It's deeper than what everybody want to talk about. You know, it's communities out here, man, that really get far from what's in their community. It's a grandmother somewhere who can't get to Target, but she can get to the corner store to get everything she need. It's so much deeper, man, that a lot of people don't really want to talk about. But these are conversations we need to have with our senators, our mayors, aldermen, whoever in the neighborhood. That these people that we went in this box and voted for. These are conversations we need to have, because if it locked down again, man, they in trouble. They barely holding on now. Philly just shut back down about 2 weeks ago. I seen a man on TV broke down crying because he said the first time I barely made it. He said this time I know I'm done. Sacrifice this man made for his life. And you know what I think? Because it was all about $1.
Yeah.
It was all about $1.
So do you trust? You saying that you trust the system? Do you think if we have those conversations, things are gonna change?
We have some conversations with a number of people behind them that actually make decisions. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
That means we have to put the right people in place that's willing to have these conversations.
It was just weird for me, speaking of all of this, and when it comes to the government, it was just weird to me. Like when I did a little more research on COVID-19 and the CARES Act and all of that, how it actually was established in January of 2019. So that was weird for me. And in that research, like you could literally go to congress.gov and find out this information where they was having conversations about COVID-19 at that table in January of 2019.
Oh shit! But Obama gave them the blueprint for it, and they told him,
They
"Nah,
threw it
we
away.
good on that." Yeah.
So
I mean, they knew what they was doing.
Yeah. So that's
knew
the
what they was
problem,
doing.
because that's what makes what he's saying more. It stings more for me because you playing with people's livelihood.
That's
like
right.
you got people that's, like he said, blood, sweat, and tears. That's all they know. And whatever y'all agenda is, I don't know what it is. I ain't gonna pretend to know, but whatever the agenda is, it's affecting little America, like middle America. These places where people are voting for people, and they passionate about it. And they think, oh, they out there.
Yeah.
They think their voice is,
Yeah.
doing something. And then, but at the end of the day, they still go home and get slapped in the face with the reality.
You know what's
of
so
what it is.
crazy about this land of the free? They told motherfuckers they can come over here and be whatever they wanted to be. You can come over here and take care of generations. But they didn't tell your motherfucking ass, we only gonna let you get so far before we knock you back down. They didn't tell you that. They didn't tell you that it's so many, and I'm talking as a black man. They didn't tell you there's so many walls in front of you got to get through before any of this is possible. They didn't tell you that. You got my Latin Americans out there that come over here, man, and they act like these mothers and fathers and sons and uncles, like they the horriblest thing that ever happened to this country. But them the ones y'all run out there and try to hire when y'all need a house built in 2 months. When y'all need an apartment building, you need grass cut. Y'all run and try to find the people that y'all shit on the most, besides black people. Let's be real out here, man. Let's talk for real. I don't say much on this. I stopped doing all the cussing, but this is when I'm a call it passion. I don't care what y'all call it.
The thing though, Doc, the thing about it, Ralph, we know this. We got to get in front of the people who don't want to have this conversation.
Yo, I want to see what happened with this runoff election in Georgia, man. I want to see what happened, because it's a lot of people that brag about they went to vote for a president.
Yep.
But it ain't even over yet. This clown's still out here running around trying to find votes up under trees and shit. But we could really make a decision. We could really make some real moves in the next probably 35, 40 days.
Yep.
It start the 15th. Early voting starts December 15th. Y'all get out there.
So what's gonna happen then? I tell y'all what, Georgia. I tell y'all what, we don't win this because of people didn't go to the polls. Blame your goddamn selves.
That's right.
Blame yourselves.
Yeah. I can't argue that one.
I think the energy is going to be there.
It better be.
Couple episodes, you said you don't think so,
Yeah.
but I believe so.
I like that in you. You hopeful.
Very.
I like it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
it take
passionate
that.
too.
Yeah, I was the one
I
that was
love
like,
it.
I don't.
You gotta be, man.
You know, but
Yeah.
You gotta be.
I'm gonna do my part.
I
and
don't
I'm
think
make
so,
sure
but
I'm try
I
to
like
push.
it in you. You making me believe.
We
I was
there.
sitting over here when you said it the second time. I was like,
We
we
there.
are. Okay.
He,
I'm
he is
claiming
the
it.
energy.
But I don't
He is
believe-
the
I'm
energy.
claiming it.
Thank you.
If this
I'm with you.
if this the system we got, and that's gonna be here, we gotta always want it to be better. We have to. There's no way we can sit around and say, I don't believe in it, and totally go along with that, because you always gotta have hope for change.
That's right.
Well, I get that, but you can only control yourself. And when we talk about a system, when you use that word,
Hold on, Ralph.
when you use the word system, that means it involves other people. So you can never like the Constitution was built on what? The country was built on what? So what are we fixing? It would take a whole abolishment. You can't fix the Constitution. Not to me. You can't fix, when you really go down the amendments, you can't fix those things. But you can't fix the way we treat it. Those things will never be fixed unless
They said
it is what it is. We where we are. I always tell people, and it's the whole idea of go back to Africa. Then I don't necessarily feel like we should have to go back to Africa. We can go wherever we want to go.
Sure.
But as long as you in Rome, you gotta do is Rome. And so yeah, I'm gonna be a part of this system as long as I'm here in this system. But I ain't delusional enough to believe that it's gonna take enough of my voices to change this whole system. Not to me.
So-
I don't think that works. Because it's not my thing. I can come in your house and tell you, you know what? I think you should put this over here and put that right here. And if you use a space heater instead of a regular heater, your bill will go down. You're gonna do whatever you want to do when I'm there and when I walk away. And that's the way I look at America. America gonna do whatever it wants to do. I'm gonna either be here to be a part of it and function in whatever. I can have my position. Yeah, I'm an advocate. I'm a revolutionary. I speak for the people. I go do things for my community. I have hope. I spread hope. But at the same time, when I think about it and get deeper in myself and be honest with myself, you can only govern your body. You can't govern and have an expectation and hope for somebody else's house. And really, that's really what we try to do when we got all this hope of, oh, we gonna change America. I don't plan on changing America. I'm gonna do what I can to be the best version of myself.
Sure.
And hopefully my community, we all be the best versions of ourselves. But I'm not looking to change the Constitution. Take some time to reread that. Take some time to understand what they really set up for us to be and do. And that'll show you alone it's nothing to be fixed. It can't be fixed because that's going to be their way of thinking. We were showed that when Trump got in office. When Trump got in office, all of the whole "Make America Great" you start to see people on your timeline that you knew that you break bread with every day,
That's it.
that you would never imagine would say these things, and you looking at them like, well, I mean, you got the freedom of speech,
the
but
truth
then
came out. Yeah.
it is what it is. But then you realize from a real place that this is just where we are. All I could do is be my best version of myself, keep reading these books, keep building myself, know what their laws is, because the more you know their laws, and the more when they pull you over, you know what to say, you know what to do. When you go to court, you know what to say, you know what to do. Sometimes it don't work out. Sometimes it do. Hopefully the dice is in your favor that day. But at the end of the day, we in America, man.
There's I guess I got to cut you somewhere.
No problem.
There's not nothing I don't believe, and this is my belief. Now, I said not nothing. Absolutely. There's not one thing that I'm not built like that to believe I can't change something that I'm consistent, and the number is so great that they got to change it. I can't
if we spend
believe
so
that.
much time focusing on trying to change them instead of ourselves, then they want the change gonna come in small clusters. Let me change my community, my family, my friends. Let's do that. But this country ain't changing.
Right.
It'll change if you believe it can change.
Okay.
Now the people that's closest
Now
to you.
let me say this. I work at a place where change could have happened, but the numbers wasn't there. It wasn't that the beliefs and the people wasn't there. The numbers wasn't there because of the effort to just do the simple things wouldn't happen because everybody was looking for somebody else to do something. Sure, you change your community, you can even change the thinking of the person sitting next to you. But at some point, the community has to go to another level to change that. Another level, you got to keep going until you get there. You can't just say, well, the world fucked up. I'm going to leave the world fucked up and just change what's around me. You got to change everything.
But that's an
Everything.
It's an infectious feeling is what I'm saying. I'm saying, in my understanding, all the people that you know, all the people in the world that you know, I believe that those people can change. I'm talking about the system of things.
I'm
not resting on, because I believe the system is a different thing. I believe in the puppetry of it all. I know that part is real for me. I think that people can be changed. I do.
Absolutely.
I do the people changing stuff all the time.
Sure.
I volunteer.
Absolutely.
I do that. I do this. I'm saying when we talk about things that really hit us in the chest, those things is man. America is a funny place.
Everything around us been hitting us in the chest forever.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to punch back.
Yeah.
You can't just keep getting socked in the chest and say, "I'm gonna take it," and then just I'm gonna brush it off next time. You got eventually you got to say, enough is enough, and you got to get enough people to believe that and say enough is, and then make a real change.
Okay.
We voting for these people, and this is part of we voting for these people that we feel can make that change. But once they get in office, you know what we do? We go back to our regular lives. Mm-hmm. We don't make sure they doing what they supposed to do, because you know what happened? They get second terms, and the first term they didn't do nothing.
Right.
My boy sat here on this show and said Obama didn't do nothing specifically for black people, and he took every criticism he could for that. But he was absolutely right, because when you ask people what did he do, nobody got an answer.
Right.
But they mad because he criticized the black man. But he didn't do what he's supposed to. He didn't do what I wanted him to do. But he did everything he could do for Joe, for Black, for Earl, for Tom. But he didn't do nothing.
Because he's in America's system. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
But
we can have a black man in the White House.
But the thing is, we didn't have somebody in there that was willing to go to war for us like we went to war for them.
You got to understand. The White House
and y'all can say they voided this. Y'all can say he voided that. But with this white man in office showing y'all right now, he do what he want to when he want to. So don't tell me change can't happen.
He don't do what he want to do.
Oh, he do what he want to do when he want to.
He speak to them ignorant folks.
He speak to the ignorant folks.
Sure.
We talking about this Trump. Trump. Do you really think Trump is doing what he want to do right now in the office every day?
Well, as of the day,
if we keep having third and fourth, fifth round counts and stuff,
he doing what he want to do.
Yeah,
but
he's a loophole king.
We talking about the overall. I'm talking about, okay, like the Wizard, like like in the Wizard of Oz.
Sure,
you going to see the Wizard. I believe America is like that, in my opinion.
Sure.
So I believe that no matter all the games and the stuff we do and we play, at the end of the day, is what they want to happen is gonna happen. You can have Obama in office, Trump in office, Biden in office, whoever want in office. I love Obama being in office for the hope.
Sure.
Just like the hope you just gave me. I love Obama for that because I believe in that. Let's give my community hope. Let's make my little 4 nephews feel like they can do something, because it's about mindset. So I'm with that. I'm with making your community feel empowered. But I'm also realistic, because I also know that it don't matter who is in office, the system of things, the way they have things set up. Trust me, bro. Like, I would love for it to be real. I would love for democracy to be a thing. But I just, you got to understand, you still got Breonna Taylor's neighbor getting more respect than Breonna Taylor. So it's like no matter how we can black and white it on TV, when you look at we could see something on the news and say, hands down, like, why are we even still talking about this?
Yeah.
We see the man with his knee on somebody's throat. Why do we have to take so long? Why do we have to burn up buildings for people to make some moves? Because we're in a system of things. So yes, I want us to. I love when we was out there rioting, vote, everything we were doing. I was with it, because there's levels to this. Like you said about the money, hit them in their pocket. I don't care if it's their uncle, cousin, whoever business. Everybody should have insurance. Do it. I don't care. When it came down to it, these bodies that keep on showing up, these black folks that keep on getting killed, that stoplights and in parks and on the side of the road, that kind of stuff hasn't changed. We can go all the way back to now. It's still been consistent. When I was looking at, I had these old clippings in that book collection I was telling y'all about. It's some newspaper clippings, and I'm literally reading a Black Panther paper. And it was talking about somebody getting killed by the police. And it literally felt like I was reading something from today.
Absolutely.
So it's like the priority for me ain't a widespread thing. The priority for me is right here in my lane, and extended beyond my lane. And I inspire the people in front of me to inspire the people behind them. It's about how we function through this. Because at the end of the day, we can't expect for they change to be how we wake up.
That's one thing that, and I think we differ, because you said the priority is in front of you. See, my priority is behind me, Because there's people that call me daddy, and there's people that call me granddaddy.
Well, I consider that in front of me. It's just a verbiage thing. Because when I say that, I was
So
thinking about my nephews.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I got to stay positive for the people that's coming. That right now they ain't got a voice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So what I can't do is say, well, it'll never change. I'm just gonna change this. I can't do that. For the simple fact is, I need it to change for them. Mm. You know what I'm saying? I just want you
to be realistic.
Realistic is it wasn't realistic that we actually get a black president, but we did. That wasn't realistic when I was coming up, right. But we did. And not only now that we got a black president, they done turned around and got a black vice president. Like these things wasn't realistic for me coming up, but it happened. So I can't just say things can't happen. Mm-hmm. I can't say that.
But that's still, to me, those are still the small wins. I just feel like those are the small wins.
I watched the lady, 65 years old, cry because she said she had never thought she would ever see a black president.
Amen.
But she did.
I'm with it.
So a small win to you is a great big win to somebody else.
How many people got killed? Right. How many black men got killed that same year when Obama got in office?
Black men get killed every year since then.
I'm saying
that ain't changed. Black men been getting killed at record numbers every year since then.
That's what I'm saying.
But he didn't try to change nothing for that either.
That's what I'm saying. Now we on the same page.
So at what point do we say we have to change everything?
Like what?
What you mean?
We just gotta change.
So black men. So we gonna go with the same system. Black men still gonna get killed at record numbers, but as long as we change what's around us in our circle, we good.
You think at this point in 2020, it's something we can do to stop the police from killing black men? I think
any minute we get in a day is something we can do to change. Any minute, any second we get in a day. I think like that. Any moment an idea can come to your head, might come to my head, one of their heads. If it changes today, it can happen. Why? Because I'm the black man that's walking the streets. Mm-hmm. So I have to think like that.
Okay. Cool.
We got a studio audience.
We got a studio audience. I'm part of the studio at this point. Just watch.
Hey, real quick, I appreciate y'all for having a conversation, and I definitely understand both sides. But I think what's missing in the debate that you are having about how it's supposed to happen is just the black unity. Like at the end of the day, regardless of how we feel about what's happening to us, is how we are going to respond to what's happening to us. You know what I'm saying? Like I agree with both of you in certain aspects. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't believe that we can't make change. I don't believe that. And at the same time, I understand what you saying too, Ralph, was like, yo, we got all of this stuff happening to it. Like, we got to be able to do this. Like, I understand. I believe, like, I see what you're saying. But what is it that we need to do collectively to come together? Like, what can we tell people here today on a Soundproof that's going to actually bring people together? Me personally, I believe it's black economics. It's spending with each other.
Absolutely.
Because once the system is broke. But once the system starts losing money from us, the consumers, because that's us, the black community, right? We the number, trillions.
Trillion.
Number
once
one.
Once they start losing money, then all of a sudden they have to start bending the old philosophies, because America was built on old white men controlling everything, and now and old straight white men. So now things have changed. So what is it that we have to go forward from this conversation that's actually going to unite us? I guess that would be my question to the hunger room.
Before you can spend $1 with each other, you have to really love each other first. Because you got black people out here that hate being black. Period.
How do we fix that?
Period. You know what? We gotta hug them, man. We gotta hug them. We gotta throw books in front. We gotta do something to make them think it's okay to be this pigment.
We have to address the the post-traumatic syndrome. And that's traditionally, is historically, the PSD that's been in us for a very long time, and the black community still has this stigma of, I'm not gonna go talk to nobody. You need to go talk to somebody professional to get some kind of help.
Crabs in the barrel hurts us every day.
Right.
This American dream that y'all thought was for y'all hurts us every day.
But they instilled that in us. They conditioned us. And we have to know that. In order to do that, you got to know your history.
You know one thing that she said that I agree with. about what's in.
I'll let you finish.
Let me. I need to.
I understand, but I was talking.
I need the floor. I need the floor. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you've been talking
about what's in front of you. But how many? Let's take this dream. How many black families actually seen this dream come true coming up? Mm-hmm. White picket fence, house, dog. How many actually seen this? If it's 10 of us in the room, how many you think actually seen that? 2 parents at the house, brother, little sister. That's not, I hate to say it, it's not reality for a lot of us, man. Mm-hmm. So at that point that you see that, yo, let me look into this, because this might not even been for me. Now you got to figure out what was for you. And then you start going through things and looking around. And you see these, you wasn't even included in this dream. This had nothing to do with you. You know what you was there for? To build a house, to cut the grass. That's what you was there for. But that ain't what you about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the problem I feel, and y'all can disagree, but I'm standing on 10 toes with this. Black people think that we got to be better than black people and not thinking we got to be better than everybody else. Period.
I agree with that.
Because we like to show up and show out for each other. But when it's time to really show up and show out, we scared of that shit. Mm-hmm. Let's keep it a buck. You want to talk today? Let's talk today. I'm up now. I was asleep when I got here. I'm up now. You can have the flow, sir.
I'm done. I'm tired of getting cut off. You got it. Fuck that.
Go ahead and talk.
I ain't got nothing to say. I'm done, man. They doing good. They got it.
We need that though.
I'm good. I don't forget what I was thinking about. I started listening.
That's old.
No, I started listening to them.
We always trying to.
I started listening. I'm gonna listen to everything we got to say.
We definitely always trying to impress ourselves. Definitely. Seeing who got the leg up.
Yeah.
Ain't worry about anybody else. So he makes a valid point.
You know what I love about my people though? I see them bragging about them raising their credit scores. I love that. Mm-hmm. They bragging about raising their credit scores. I hope they take it and do something with it. You know, and we got somebody in our circle, Miss Ashley Jackson. Oh, April Jackson. My bad, I got the name wrong. You do it too?
Derricka does.
Derricka do it too?
Yeah, she
so
does.
we got credit repair everywhere. We got it around. Well, that's our circle. We fuck around with people that want to do something positive.
Yeah, can I
Go ahead.
I want to speak to the studio audience.
Go
What
ahead.
he said a while ago.
Go ahead.
I don't feel that it can't happen. I don't. I'm not. What I was saying was that's what we need, that unity. Because I'm not. When I say our house, I mean that. That's what I'm talking about. Our house means our people. So when I'm saying that we need to get our people in our house in order, that's that's my priority. That's what I mean by that. That black unity that you speaking to, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about as long as we can find a way to get our minds right, our pockets right, because that's why I'm into the financial literacy thing. As long as we can get our pockets right, we read more, get our minds right, because as long as we know the laws and know what they have and how they have things laid out, it's hard for you to get tripped up by something that's supposed to trip you up if you put yourself in a position to have the answers for it. So when I'm talking about that is I'm not so concerned with what happens in big America. I'm more concerned with what happens in my world, in black America. I am. Like, and for me, at the end of the day, if your house not in order, you trying to worry about who's the president and all that, and if your community ain't where it should be, it's kind of speaking to what you talking about, the local election on that local level. If we don't put ourselves in a position on a family level to be good, to be financially stable, to not have to need in that way, to not have to be inferior in that way, then what happens in the White House will never matter.
Yo, and I gotta say this.
She definitely can too. Definitely, that's real.
I gotta say this. She said something about everybody. We have this thing with us as black. I only speak in black, so I shouldn't even have to say that. We separate ourselves in different ways within ourselves. Either as gender, sexuality. At the end of the day, and I shouldn't even have to say this, but you black. Which way you walk around as being black, you are black. So that doesn't matter. But all of that matters when you're talking about unity to get to another level. That's important to be said because, we run a group chat, and separatism is a lot of things that I see going on in there. A lot of subjects we don't touch because of it. Because I don't feel the conversation is going to be on a mature level, and I don't want to see nobody get disrespected on something that I stamp my name on. But we have to get past that part on any level before we can get to any other level. That's all I got to say on that.
What you laughing at, Derricka? Oh, I'm good. I'm enjoying the show.
Yeah, I came to hear you though. Like when I was watching it, I was like, I didn't really want to argue with him the whole show.
We not
I
arguing.
don't even say y'all was arguing.
No, I'm just saying.
Y'all really was just
words apart.
Y'all really
These
yeah.
are just shots. These are just shots. These ain't.
Yeah, we don't like to say
I'm
we
just trying.
argue.
I'm just trying to bring you back in the fold.
Yeah,
No, seriously, I can't because I like your
no,
perspective.
I appreciate that, but my whole thing was I was taking in everything both of y'all was saying, and I really got drawn in, and that's why I kind of withdrew. You know what I mean? And so because both of you have valid points, like the studio audience was saying, and I think, especially from Ralph's perspective, is really touching home to really touching all of the black people to understand that we have to move in solidarity. And if we can't do that within ourselves, like you said, there's so many divisions within ourselves, we can't do nothing until we get each other on one accord.
That's right.
And then to your point, I completely agree with you with that, because I read a lot of books about the history of how they would lynch, of how even they would have freaking parades when they would kill people, and it was celebrated. The whole town would come out and celebrate this.
It's called Columbus Day, ain't it? Oh, my bad.
Uh-oh.
Y'all go ahead.
Columbus Day.
Uh-oh.
It's called Columbus
So
Day.
that's one of them. Yeah, that's
It's
one
called
of them.
Columbus Day.
But they would literally have like a carnival when they killing a guy and take pictures of a black guy and take pictures, and he was falsely accused of something where stuff would come out later on to where it wasn't even him.
He was innocent.
He was innocent. And it's just like, oh, well, we just killed another nigga. Let's keep it moving.
And Mattel wasn't that long ago.
Exactly. So that's why I say the system, it is broken. And it is the system that we fight, but we got to start with ourselves. We got to start with ourselves.
Absolutely.
And if we can get to that point to where we can get on one accord, then we can start attacking the system or create our own.
Right.
Create our own.
Bingo.
That's the goal.
Create our own.
That's what I'm.
That's the goal.
And maybe I didn't articulate myself well enough, but that's what I care about.
Okay.
It ain't about them for me.
Okay.
You can them. I always tell my players, no referee ain't gonna never make you lose no game. I don't care if a referee is calling a bad game. If you playing great offense, great defense, knocking your free throws down, knocking your layups down, doing what you're supposed to do, he gonna make bad calls for both of the teams. But that's not gonna be the reason you lost the game. So I look at that the same way. I'm not focused on the referees. I'm focused on winning. And I'm focused. I know what the system is. I know I might get a ticket here. I know I might get a foul called on me here. But at the end of the day, if I do what I'm supposed to do, me and my team and us, we gonna win.
Okay.
So I'm not focused on them. And that's what I mean by that. Like, I'm not trying to fix the system. It's their system. Why would I try to fix something that was created so gruesomely, so maliciously? Like, what's the point of trying to wipe off the blood?
Right.
Just create your own proclamation. Make your community strong. Show your family and the kids. Right now, I have an initiative to teach girls from 16 to 24, that transition between high school and young adult. When we was taught credit cards were bad, when we were taught credit was bad, when we was taught these things were bad, money is the root of all evil. How can money be the root of all evil?
It was so funny when I hear people say that dumbass shit.
It's like when you broke, you feel real messed up though. Right. So it's like we done been trained to have all of these type of thoughts in our head. So how do we expect to advance in this way if we not taught in a different way? So it's my mission at this point for my community to create that. I need for these young adults to understand that, hey, I'm gonna get as much money as they gonna get. If I know the FTC rules, if I know the Federal Trade Commission rules, if I know who CFPB is, if I know these things, then how can I'm gonna get the same money you gonna get. When your business, when you tired of paying bills, go bankrupt. Cause that's what they do, and they start a new business.
Yep.
So hey, fine. We need to understand what we
Ain't
need to
nothing wrong with
understand.
filing
Get
that.
your personal account, put everything in your business account. Then when you go bankruptcy, your money's still there.
Boom, or a trust. Get a trust. Look into a trust.
We
Right
dropped.
on. Right on. And why y'all
We just
talking
dropping
about?
jewels on them. Hold on, let me get them.
Why y'all talking about
Let me
that?
get them jewels. We just
Why
dropped
y'all
on
talking
it.
about that
Huh.
when they was giving out them PPE loans and personal? The black businesses were the ones that got the least amount of approvals.
Not me.
But you got them federal. You got the federal. Well, I'm just talking
I got
about
5 businesses.
We gonna talk about. We talking about the system. We
Yeah.
talking about the system though.
Well, I must look real white on paper.
We talking about you,
Maybe.
Ruth Chris.
But you had folks. You had the government.
Right.
They don't.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Don't be
I ain't
incriminating
trying to
yourself.
put- I mean, hey, I'm just, I'm gonna stay within the parameters, you know,
Right.
Because again, they made the rules,
They made
so
the
all I gotta
rules.
do is read the rules.
Gotta know
Right,
the
you
rules.
That's
gotta
it.
know the rules, but a
Yeah.
lot of times they
Rules
was
of
getting
play.
turned around just because they knew they were black businesses. Whereas you got all these federal and these government jobs that they got the most money
Yeah.
out of it. They created it for themselves,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
And they capitalized off it. Just to talk about, what y'all was saying with, getting that money like that.
And when shit hit the fan, they had to pay that shit back.
They say they're gonna try to holler at some folks.
Man,
They not gonna pay it back, but they gonna try to holler at
It'll
some
be
of
all right.
us.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
You just gotta know the rules. I'm gonna just say this, black people,
Right.
if you got the EIDL loan, please just know the rules. Pay attention. Like, read. Stop. Don't let nobody else tell you. Get you a CPA. Let somebody organize your money. Pay yourself. Pay your children. Don't get caught up. Like, don't get caught up in holding the money. Don't get caught up in, if you do spend the money on something that you're not supposed to spend the money on, funnel it the other way. And I'm being real with you. Like, if you got money coming in,
That's it.
Tax
purpose.
Well, we not going to.
no, seriously, we not talking about nothing illegal. We talking about the way they handle business. You know.
My man, boy, was Escalade.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
And then be on Instagram with it. With that
Listen.
thing on there.
Lord
Yeah.
have mercy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Now that's foolish. I'm
We
just
doing
saying.
it for ourselves.
Yeah, that to me that's foolish. But I'm just saying at the end of the day, just like they can get the money and come up, we can get the money and come up as well. We can use it as working capital. We can use it to pay our bills, and we can legally use it to pay our bills. That's why I say get a CPA, because as long as you get a CPA, they'll sit down and tell you what you can spend your money on. That includes bills. That includes your car note. That includes your food. These are things that you can spend money on, but it's just how you organize it. It's how you put it down on paper. But if you don't know it, then now you feel like you spending the government money. They're gonna come get you, and you scared, and you feel crazy. But trust me, it's their system. They made it, and all you gotta do is know the rules. And I promise you, you're gonna come up just like them.
How you follow that up?
I can't come behind that.
How you follow that up? Right?
Play the game the way it's put out to be played, not the way it's handed to you.
So you saying know the rules?
Know the rules.
Know the rules.
Know the ledge.
Who'd that come from?
Rakim.
Hey,
Hey, 86.
hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
86.
yeah. That was that. What movie was that?
Paid.
No, it wasn't Paid in Full. That wasn't Paid in Full.
Juice, though.
That was Juice. That was Juice, baby. Hey, Derricka.
What's poppin'?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You lit it up today.
She did.
You lit it up today.
Pew 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 pew.
You lit it up today.
I know y'all been looking.
Hey, he get so wrapped up in the show, he forget he got a job over there.
Look, I was froze. I
Keep
literally
calm,
was froze, man. Both of y'all, I loved it. I was just froze. Like if I'm into it,
Yeah.
I forget everything else. I'm one of them
telling you.
people. I hone in and what's going on, man.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It's called passion.
Passion. Allah. Thank you.
You need to record that. I love it.
I'm telling you.
No, I want to give it.
ain't always win. Hip-hop won a couple of them too.
Oh shit.
Poetry.
Shout out Buffalo 718 in the
Yo,
building.
Buffalo said,
Oh, 716, my bad.
Oh.
716 in the building. Shout out Buffalo.
Oh.
Only thing dope is the logo. That's what's up.
damn.
Wow.
But check this out, man. We had a lot of foolishness going on this week. We seen a guy cuss out people in a restaurant.
Oh.
things like that, yo, man. Don't forget what grandma taught you, because mama might be your age. Period. A little older than you, excuse me. But I'm going to leave y'all with this, though. When you lose something, that's your tunnel to your success. So don't run. Walk through it slow. It's your boy 18. Go.
You know who it is. Call it Pop.
And the Afro Rican, baby. Appreciate y'all. Happy holidays, y'all.
Hey, we love y'all.